Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary and today's video is going to be another episode in my Try a Trope vlog series. This time I'm doing Westerns. So in this vlog, I'm planning on reading Blood Meridian by Cormac McArthur, which is on my TBR for December. I'm also planning on reading Upright Women Wanted. I can't remember the author's name off the top of my head, but hopefully I'll pop a picture here. I also drew that for TBR for December. Both of these books are categorized as Westerns, although they are very different. And because of that, I decided I would throw a couple other Western books that are on my TBR into this week, 2 week, whatever, however long it takes me to read them, vlog. So the other two books that I'm definitely going to be reading are Inland by Tia Obrecht, I think is her name. Again, I'll pop a picture here. And How Much of These Hills is Gold. Can't remember the author's name. I'll pop it here. So if I finish all of these and I can get my hands on a copy of it, I'm also hoping to read West by Karis Davis, which is tricky because my audiobook doesn't, or my library doesn't have an audio or ebook. It does have a physical book, so I could go get that, but I would prefer to listen to it as an audiobook or read an ebook of it. It would just be easier because we're traveling a lot in December for the holidays. So we'll see if I get to that one. I'm not sure, but I do have ebooks of both Upright Women Wanted and Blood Meridian. And then I have audiobooks of How Much of These Hills is Gold and Inland. So that's the plan. For this vlog, I have started Blood Meridian by Cormac McArthur, and I have started How Much of These Hills is Gold by, I think it's like Pam something or Pam C something. Again, I'll hopefully have a picture here, but I will tell you a little bit about what each of those are about. I'm about 20% of the way through How Much of These Hills is Gold, and it follows two children of Chinese immigrants in the US. I don't know exactly where in the US they live, but their father has just died at the beginning of the book. That's like the opening scene is them finding their dead dad. And it's two sisters, but one of the sisters has always lived as a boy. So I'm not sure if Sam is a trans boy, or it talks a lot about how their father always wanted a boy. And so I don't know if Sam was doing this to like protect themselves with their father or really what the deal is with that. But Lucy is the main character, or like the protagonist that we are primarily getting the viewpoint of, if that makes sense. And Sam is her sibling, and their mom either died or left a long time ago. And so the whole premise of this book, I believe, is that they're trying to make a life for themselves, but it's difficult because they are the children of Chinese immigrants. And also Lucy's reckoning with a lot of the abuse that her dad laid on her. This book is pretty gruesome so far. So there's already been some like really gross depictions of their dad's body because they did carry it with them for about 2 weeks without burying him. And at one point it like fell out of the box that they were carrying it in, and it had maggots everywhere and it was really nasty. So that's where I am with that one. It is historical fiction, and I'm interested because I've never read a Western or even like seen a Western with Chinese immigrants or immigrants really of any kind as the like protagonists. So I'm very interested to see how this one turns out. The other book that I have started, I'm about 10% of the way through, Blood Meridian by Cormac McArthur, which is set in the 1860s or 1850s, I believe. And it follows a 14-year-old named The Kid, who is from Tennessee originally, but is traveling through the border towns between Texas and Mexico, looking for work. And I know from the synopsis that there is like a big craze in this area about killing Native Americans and bringing their scalps in. I've heard a lot of people say that this book is really, really violent, and so far that is very true. I am having a little bit of a difficult time getting into Cormac McArthur's writing style. I don't remember having a hard time when I was reading All the Pretty Horses by him, which I've mentioned before is one of my favorite books that I had to read for school. I read it in high school and I loved it. But this book, he doesn't, so the way Cormac McArthur writes is he doesn't really use very many punctuations. So there's a lot of run-on sentences that don't have any like commas or breaks in them. And then he doesn't do quotes for when people are talking. He just like skips a line and it'll be like dialogue. And the way you'll know it's dialogue is because it'll say like, I'm going to the market, said the boy. Like, that's the type of thing that it is. So I'm not sure how to feel about that just yet. It's hard for me to get into. And because of that, I almost wish I had an audiobook of this one too, but the audiobook is like, the hold is months long at both the libraries that I can get audiobooks from. So that's not like the best for me, but I am interested to see how it goes. I'm not liking it so far, though. I will be completely honest. Those are those books. I don't know exactly the plot of Inland, so I won't tell you what it is. I don't know the plot of West, but I do know Upright Women Wanted. The premise is that it's in a dystopian future that is just modeled after the West. So I'm interested in that one just because it is so different. But all of these are different takes on the Western trope, if you will. And Blood Meridian is the oldest. I believe it was written in the 80s. And all the other ones were written more recently. So How Much of These Hills is Gold came out in 2020. I want to say Upright Women Wanted came out in the same time. And then Inland came out in 2018 or 2019. And again, I don't know when West came out. It's just the other one that's on my TBR. I haven't looked that much into it because I'm really not sure if I'm going to get to it. But it is pretty short. And I know that the audiobook is on Spotify, but my husband and I have the like Spotify Duet account or Duo or whatever it's called. And he's the like name on the account. So he can listen to audiobooks, but I can't, which is so annoying. So that's really frustrating for me. But I'm gonna keep going with both of these and I will let you know how they go. And hopefully I will get this vlog together. It should go up sometime in December if all things go according to plan, but you know, things really rarely go to plan for me. So we'll see, but today is Monday, December 11th, I believe. And I've actually had a really good reading month so far. So I'm also planning on doing a mid-month wrap up this month, which I normally don't do, but I've read like 13 or 14 books already, or I finished 13 or 14 books. So that's exciting. Look at this absolutely massive squirrel that's just like on my fence. I don't know if you can see him anymore, but he's right there still. Yeah, there he is. He's so big. Oh my gosh. I don't want to scare him away, but I do have to go to the grocery store. I also wanted to show you my Christmas decorations. So this is our tree. As you can see, it's like very lopsided, but we put all our decor up the other day. We also rearranged this room a little bit. So these, wait, where is it now? Hold on. Yeah, this bookshelf, these bookshelves used to be in this corner, but we felt like this chair was sticking out too much into the room. So now the chair is in the corner. That is a VHS tape that we don't have to talk about. It was like a gag gift a couple years ago. But we moved this over here, which this is where this used to be. And we moved this into this corner where there's this lamp. It fits pretty well. We used to have a dog bed over here, but the dog bed is now in the dining room. So that works out pretty well. So our tree is here. Right now, this holds our blankets, but we are, what's the word? We're just putting it there for now. It will go back here eventually, hopefully, but maybe it'll stay there. I don't know, but these are our stockings, which I've probably shown before on the channel. So the elf is Marvel's, the deer is Murphy's, the fox is mine, and then this is a moose. And it is Matthew's, my husband's. It's facing away from us right now. That's okay. We also got this new bookshelf the other day. And Matt built it by himself and then screwed holes in the back, or drilled holes in the back so all of his cords can go through. So I will just show you what we've got going on. We have S for our new last name. It's not his new last name, it's my new last name. I put some gold books up here because I thought it looked nice. So I have Good Me, Bad Me by Allie Land, City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. We also have a lava lamp. I don't know why it's not turning on. And then this is a picture that we just like. It's of, what is he called? Oh no, I can't remember his name, but it's the guy at the Texas State Fair. Comment down below if you remember his name, or maybe I'll put it on the screen. And then this is like a poetry book, and then some of Matt's zines, and one of his anthropology books called The Last Human. It's like a coffee table book that we keep up there. We have this. It's a picture of me and my childhood cat, Rocky, who passed away a couple years ago. Really sad. My mom has 2 new kittens now, but love him. And then that is a thing. It's based on a picture of Matt and I, but I got it made on Etsy for our anniversary, I think, several years ago now. And then this, Matt's mom got us for our wedding. So these are from our engagement shoot at Union Station. I have black books on this. That's kind of creepy. On this level, I don't like that you can see his face. So Anatomy of a Scandal is what's back there. But I also have Ninth House, Ring Shout, Tender as a Flesh, What Should Be Wild, Middle Game, 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and then this stack, these are taller, so they're underneath this picture. I don't know if this is like where we're going to keep them forever, but we have Gone Girl, Life After Life by Kate Atkinson, and Babel, which I just finished by R.F. Kuang. We also have some candles. So this is a like local Tanola candle that Matt's sister got us. She lives there. We have this blood orange candle up here that's gold. This is what made me decide to do the gold books up here. And then right here we have this digital picture frame, which right now is showing a stupid picture, but it has, oops, my bad. It has like a bunch of pictures that scroll through. Matt got me that when I was interning up here before he lived here. So we were doing a little long distance summer. So I had that. Matt's Xbox is right here. We have a bunch of movies that we own. We also have a bunch of movies down here. There's a picture of our puppies. They're so cute. Matt's GameCube, some games for GameCube, and I think there's some Xbox games there too. And then my cookbooks are still at the bottom shelf here. We also have children's books that I kept for my parents, so I read them to my niece and nephew when they're in town, but I've kept them for when we have kids. And then down here we have this like Kansas City coffee book that my law firm gave me when I clerked as like a gift, I guess. It's like a coffee table book. And then we have this frog that's doing the thinker thing, and then this 3D print of Shrek as Yoda. And that's our new bookshelf. So most of this we had on the other bookshelf that was here, but it like completely fell apart, and this one fills the space a lot better. Plus it's brown instead of black, which goes with much more of our decor. So I'm very excited about that. Hello, I just finished filming my wrap up for the first half of December, so you will have seen that video. I will link it for you if you want to watch it. But I also just finished How Much of These Hills is Gold. And I did talk about it in the wrap up, obviously, but I'm going to talk about it again here because that's what this vlog is for. I went back and forth on whether I wanted to DNF this book, to be honest with you. I liked parts of it. I didn't like parts of it. I feel like it's a really unique book. Like, I've never read anything quite like it, but I did not like the writing style. It didn't work for me. It was too flowery and too, like, trying to be poetic. And it also, like, skipped around a lot in the storytelling. So you start with these kids after their dad has died, and they're, like, trying to figure out a way to live after that happens. And then you go back in time to when they're, like, younger, and you see their, like, relationship with their parents, and you find out different things that have happened over the years. And then it skips back even further, and you follow the dad's perspective on things, which personally I didn't like. I wish there was another way to have included that without having, like, the post-mortem thoughts of the dad. I just thought it was weird. And then you go 5 years in the future. So none of these are spoilers, by the way. I'm not telling you, like, anything that's not on the back cover. So I don't know. It just, like, ultimately didn't work for me. I'm kind of disappointed in it, but I am glad that I continued reading it. I liked the 5 years in the future bit better than I liked any of the other stuff. And I guess I needed the background to really understand the characters, but I wish it hadn't been out of order, if that makes sense. Like, I wish it had started with them as kids and then had, like, the scene where the dad died up until the point where it's going to skip forward 5 years. And I wish that it had just, like, been able to explain the dad's portions without it being, like, a cutout in the middle of the book. Like, by the way, I'm going to now explain some things that happened, if that makes sense. So it just wasn't totally for me. But last night we had our, like, Christmas cocktail party with some friends, and that was really fun. We do this thing where everyone makes their own cocktail, and they bring it, and then you, like, everyone tries everyone else's cocktail, which is a great idea, and it's super fun. However, there are 7 of us, and we don't all use the same liquor. And so you end up having, like, tequila, vodka, gin, whiskey, all, like, in one night. I had the worst hangover this morning, and they're all texting about it, and they're like, oh, yeah, I don't feel that bad. I don't know if I just didn't drink water or what, but I did not feel good this morning. But tonight, we are going with my sister and my brother-in-law to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I'm really excited. My brother-in-law apparently has had this on his bucket list for a while, and he found out that they were coming to Kansas City, and so we're going to see them. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I'm not going to wear this. I'm going to change, but I did my makeup and my hair already. I don't know what's going on with this piece of hair. I think it was supposed to go back, but it didn't, so it's just, like, hanging out. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm hoping to finish Blood Meridian at some point. I'm still like 10% of the way into it. And guys, I'm not liking it that much. So I need to like sit down and actually have time to read it, because I feel like if I can get into it, I will enjoy it more. But as of right now, it's not my favorite thing. I do have Inland by Tia Obrecht up on deck to be my next audiobook. And then I did get my Upright Women Wanted Holden from the library for the ebook of that. So I really need to finish Blood Meridian so I can start on the other one. But yeah, I wrapped all my Christmas presents yesterday, so I'm good to go on that front. Matt has one more present that's supposed to come that hasn't gotten here yet, and it's like his big thing. I ordered it in November, and they said if I ordered it by December 16th, it would be here by Christmas. And I know that it's not technically Christmas yet, but like I thought since I ordered it in November, it would be here like 2 weeks before Christmas, and it's not. So I don't know where it is. I know it is shipped, but I need to like reach out to them again and be like, hey, where the fuck is this? But yeah, that's that. I am probably just going to read right now. I'm trying to decide if I want to cook dinner tonight or if I want to just have us eat leftovers. I ate leftovers for lunch, and I know Matt went and got Taco Bell. But yeah, I will keep you updated on my reading progress as we get going. Sorry for the horrible angle. I'm in my car in my own garage because Matt is working from home today, and I had a hearing. There's a courthouse pretty close to our house, so when I have hearings here, it's easier for me to park at my house and walk the block to the courthouse than it is to like try to find parking and pay for that. So that's what I did. I'm about to go back to work though, because it is only like 3:15, so I do have some work left of this last week before Christmas, but I have some reading updates because I have finished Inland by Tia Obrecht, and I gave this book 3 stars. It's a 3.5 star. I rounded it down to 3 stars because, to be honest with you, like, I felt very indifferent about most of this book. I think it's written beautifully. I would read other things by this author. However, it just didn't fully work for me. So we follow 2 perspectives in this. One is Nora, who is a frontier woman living in the Arizona Territory back in the 1890s. And she has a husband and I think 3 sons. There's a girl who's living with them who's not her daughter, but it's like someone's niece or something, someone's cousin, someone's niece that came to live with her because she was orphaned. And this girl can see ghosts, allegedly. And then also Nora has had a daughter who passed away when she was a baby. So a lot of Nora's storyline focuses on that and what's happening in Nora's home, which, like, her husband has gone out to get water and he's been gone for a couple of days now, and we're just sort of following her in a few days in her life with things that are happening, I guess. I don't really want to spoil what happens, but it is like very slow paced, okay? That's something you have to know going into this book. It's so slow. Nothing really happens. It's mostly like interesting ideas compiled together. The other perspective that we have is this guy who was part of an outlaw group from Missouri, and he ended up being wanted as part of this outlaw group, as part of this outlaw group for murder. And so he hides with these Turkish guys, which apparently this is a real thing. I had to look it up. But he hides with these Turkish guys who brought camels over for some reason. I don't really know. It was for some war, I think, to be like, because camels are strong and sturdy and they can survive in the desert. So he's riding this camel around with this group of people. So you're following his perspective as well. And most of his perspective, he's talking in second person to the camel, as if the reader is the camel, which took me a long time to figure out what was happening, but that's what was happening. And he's also interesting because he can't see ghosts per se. Well, maybe he can. I don't know. He has like an ability to contact the dead, and if he touches someone as they're dying, then they give him their wants, and so he gets these like urges that he thinks are from the dead. So he has like an urge to steal from somebody and an urge to drink alcohol from somebody else. You get the point. So it was a really interesting book. It was a really well written book, but I just don't think I loved it as a book. Like, I really liked the camel. My favorite parts were the parts about the camels. I thought that was really interesting, but overall this wasn't like a favorite book for me. That being said, I've also almost finished West by Karis Davies. Yes. I signed up for Everand, which is Scribd now. Scribd apparently is for like documents. I don't really know what Scribd is, but Everand and Scribd and something else are all combined together. So you pay like $12 a month and you get all three of the services, which I think Scribd used to be like $10 a month or $8 a month or something, which was a better deal. But I'm listening to it as an audiobook on there. I used to have audiobooks.com, if you'll recall, but that was like $15 a month and you got 1 credit to buy 1 book. So I think with Scribd, you can listen to as many books as you want, as long as you don't want to listen to popular titles, I think is how it works. I don't really know, but I got West by Karis Davies. I signed up for a 2-month free trial of Scribd, or Everand, excuse me, and it's going fine so far. So I'm listening to that. I only have like 20 minutes left of it because I listen to my audiobooks on like 2.5 times speed, and this is only like a 150-page book. And the premise of this one is we're following this guy who, let me start over. There's a guy who came over from England to the United States. We're following him, and we're also following his daughter. So he's a widower, his wife has died, and he has a daughter who, when we start the book, is about 10. And when we're starting the book, he's going off on this grand adventure to the west of the Mississippi because there have been bones found of some creature that he wants to like encounter, this giant creature. And wouldn't it be some shit if it was a camel? I don't think it is, but like, that's what's happening there. Frankly, this one's kind of boring too. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Back home, we're following his daughter, whose name is Bess. And Bess starts off 10, and then she's growing up, and they have a neighbor who's a pedophile, who Bess is staying with her aunt during this time, and the neighbor is like Humbert style, pretending to be in love with the aunt so that he can get close to the kid. And if something happens between them, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I don't have that much left to go. I hope everything turns out all right. I'm curious to see how it goes. This book won prizes when it came out, but for me, it's just not really hitting. So after this, I am planning on getting the audiobook of Upright Women Wanted so that I can only have 1 ebook that I have to physically read because I'm still slogging my way through Cormac MacArthur's Blood Meridian. Y'all, this trope, this Westerns thing, I don't think it's for me. I was so excited to do this vlog because I had so many books that I was so excited to read, and none of them are that good. So what's up with that? But anyways, I'm gonna finish this vlog. Hopefully this won't be like full of duds, but like I had a 2.5 star, I have a 3.5 star, I have another book that's probably gonna be 3 stars unless something crazy happens. And then Cormac MacArthur, who knows what I'm gonna do with that, because am I liking it? No. But do I wanna read it? Yeah. I don't know how to explain that. And then Upright Women Wanted, I'm hoping I enjoy. Okay? That's the dystopian one. Something fun, funky, fresh for this vlog, so we'll see. But today after work, a friend of mine made partner this year at our firm, so we're doing a happy hour to celebrate him making partner. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. It's also Wednesday, and usually we play trivia with our friends on Wednesdays, but it depends on how late this happy hour goes and how I'm feeling. I might not go. We'll see. So I'll shoot you another update when I have one, but right now I'm struggling. Okay, hello, I am back from the happy hour, and I just wanted to check in because I did finish West by Karis Davies earlier, and as predicted, I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. I don't know what I'm gonna do about Upright Women Wanted. I think I might pick up an audiobook of it. If I don't, you'll know soon enough, but that's what I think I'm gonna do next. And I'm still reading the Cormac MacArthur book. So I will let you know when I have updates in either of those. Also, yes, I lost more nails today. I don't know. I bought this, I was seeing if the box was up here, but it is not. I bought the, like, ones that have the sticky tabs on them. and they just don't stay on very well. So I do have separate nail glue that I use to glue them, but only when I remember to do that. And I don't know, they're just like a weird shape, I think, for some of my nails. So they also like kind of deteriorate pretty fast. And I think it's because since they have the sticky tape on them, they're not really designed to be reworn, which normal nails, if you buy them that have the glue, are kind of designed to be glued and then re-glued. So that's what that is. I think I might watch a Christmas movie right now, or I might just watch YouTube, but I'm just chilling for the night. My hair looks a little crazy, but it's just in a bun back here. So yeah, that's my update on West. I thought it was fine. So far, we have 3 3-star books in this haul. Not haul. 3 3-star books in this vlog. So, I don't know, man. If you have a favorite Western, leave it down below, and I'll check it out, because I really did love True Grit. That's where I'm at so far. So, I will let you know when I have another update on either of the other 2 books that I'm reading for this vlog, and until then, for you, it'll be like 2 seconds. But for me, I'll see you soon. I just had a manic episode while I was packing my suitcase for Christmas, and I have 2 bags of clothes that I don't wear anymore that I'm giving to Goodwill, so go me, I guess. Woo! Also, all of my nails on this side have fallen off, so I need to redo this, but someday. Hello, it's Christmas Eve, and I'm at my in-laws' house, so I wanted to quickly update this vlog because I did finish Blood Meridian. I found an audiobook of it. I downloaded, not Scribd, but Everand, I guess, is what Scribd is called now, because it's cheaper than the audiobooks.com membership I used to have, and I get more than 1 book a month. It's not fully unlimited. I tried to ask how many books you get, and they were like, well, it depends. So I don't know what that means. But I just heard something on the stairs, I think. Is Marvel in here? Hold on. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. Marv. We have the upstairs suite, and he was just sitting at the bottom of the stairs. What's up, bud? What's up, bud? Anyways, and then Murphy was up here with me. I thought that was weird that Murphy was here, but Marvel wasn't, but I guess they were both in here. Matt went to the record store. I don't know if I said that already, so he's not here. But what was I talking about? Oh, I finished Blood Meridian. Sorry, this is chaotic. I did give it 1 star. I really didn't like it. I hated everything about it. I'm pretty sure parts of it were supposed to be a metaphor. I don't care. I hated it. And it was just like violent for the sake of being violent, gross for the sake of being gross. Like all the things I really don't like when horror books do. And I think this was like subcategorized as horror. It's like a Western horror. I think I've talked about the premise of this book before, but it's basically this character called the Kid from Tennessee. But he ends up getting involved in this like group of people who are going through Mexico, and for some reason they're trying to kill the Native Americans there and take their scalps, and then they can trade their scalps for money. And there were just all kinds of like, somebody, and I don't want anyone to come up here. And I don't think they would, but I also don't want them to hear me recording this, but I thought everyone was gone. So I'm just a little confused. It could be the dog. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, I'll probably update this again later, but 1 star, I really hated it. So now I have 1 book left to read for this vlog, which is Upright Women Wanted. I will hopefully get to that at some point. I don't know. The audiobook of that is also on Scribd, and I have it, or Everand, sorry. I have it. I'll probably listen to it. If I don't listen to it like while I'm here, I'll probably listen to it on Wednesday on the drive home. I don't think it's a very long audiobook. It's only like a 200-page book, so fingers crossed that I like it, and we can have 1 success for this whole vlog. But so far we have, what is it, a 2.5 star, a 3 star, I think 1 2.5 star, 2 3 stars, and 1 1 star. So this is not going well. I don't think I really like Westerns, but I guess we'll figure it out together. Okay, that's it. Bye. Hello. Sorry. I'm in bed. We turned our heat off when we were out of town for Christmas, and when we got back, our house was 45 degrees. So that's why I'm like wearing a sweatshirt and wearing 2 pairs of pants. Like it's fucking freezing in this house. But I did just want to update this vlog because it has to go up tomorrow. It doesn't have to, but I'm putting it up tomorrow. And I finished Upright Women Wanted. I don't think I checked in at all with this book. The audiobook was like an hour and a half long at the speed that I listened to. So it was really, really quick. This book is about a woman, I can't remember her name, but she, is a dystopian Western. And in the society, there is this group of people called the librarians, and they basically go town to town and bring like state approved country approved whatever materials to people. And you find out really quickly this girl goes to join the librarians because she's supposed to marry this guy who was engaged to her best friend, who she was actually in a relationship with. So she's a lesbian, but she's like really trying to repress those feelings because in this dystopian future, kind of like the present, it's like very frowned upon. And this is set in the like United States at some point in the future. But she is talking to these librarians and she's basically telling them like, look, I want to be a woman of upstanding morals. It's kind of like, it sounds like the librarians are considered like nuns. But then it turns out the librarians are also lesbians. So it's not like a silly book, but that sounds like a silly concept kind of. But she joins them and then she finds out they're like smuggling things, like people who don't fit in with society's norms to like free areas. Utah is one of the free areas and Florida is another of the free areas. So they're going up to Utah. And it is kind of Wild West. Like they have a wagon, they have like horses and stuff. There's a couple of like gunfights. I really don't like fighting in books and like battles, even in fantasy. Like that's something I'm not interested in. So that's been prevalent in all of these books. Not like super prevalent in all of them, but like it's a part of all of them because I guess it's a part of the Western thing. And I'm just not into that, frankly. But I will say I liked this one a lot. I wish it was longer. Like it felt very, I mean, it was very short, but it felt very like a short story. And I would have been interested. A lot of the world was like told to you. And I would have been more interested if I could like explore the world with the characters more. And it would have been like more impactful for me. And I think I could have liked it a lot had it been longer. So I gave it 3.5 stars. I think I rounded up to 4 maybe, but I might have just given it 3 stars on Goodreads. I can't remember. But I did like it the best out of everything I read in this vlog. But that's not really a high bar at this point because I didn't really like anything that I read in this vlog. Let's recap. What did I read? So I read How Much of These Hills is Gold by C.P.M. Zhang, and I believe I gave that 2.5 stars, rounded up to 3. I read Inland by Tia Obrecht, which I gave 3.5 stars, rounded it down to 3. I read West by Karis Davies, which was fine. I gave it 3 stars. I read Blood Meridian by Cormac MacArthur, which I hated and gave 1 star. And I read Upright Women Wanted by Sarah Gailey, which I rated 3.5 stars, and did I round up or down? Let's check Goodreads. I can't remember. I rounded down to 3 stars. So I think Upright Women Wanted and Inland were my 2 favorites. I actually might have liked Inland more than Upright Women Wanted, but I think I would have liked Upright Women Wanted more had it been longer, if that makes sense. It just didn't really feel like a complete work. So my official ranking is going to be Inland on top, Upright Women Wanted, West, How Much of These Hills is Gold, and then at the bottom, like way at the bottom, Blood Meridian. So yeah, this vlog kind of sucked. I do not like Westerns is what I'm learning. If you have Westerns that are more like True Grit, let me know. Unfortunately, Cormac MacArthur, not for me. I loved All the Pretty Horses and I wanted to reread that, but now I'm scared because I wanted to like read the whole, it's a trilogy and that's the first book in it. And I didn't know it was a series at the time that I read the first one. So I only read the first one. But now, like, I'm curious to read the other ones, but I feel like it'll ruin it. Like, if I don't like his writing style now, like, if I've evolved to where I don't like it anymore, I just don't want to ruin my experience with that book, so I probably won't reread it. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking with this vlog. If you made it to this point, leave, like, a boot or a cowboy hat or a horse, whatever Western-style emoji you can think of in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye! Murphy, do you say bye, too? Can you say bye? Can you say bye? Sweet boy.